Good morning. Our hand today is going to be pocket eights. It's a 10 NL game, full ring. Mid position player raises 2.5. 26 hands at the table. Don't know much. This is his second hand to play. He's played one. We have a 4-bet range of queens. Called 2 bets from blinds. Really not much to know. So I just put together maybe like a 20% range, something like this. Definitely ranged more linearly, where big cards are favored. This could be a little wide. Could be a little wide. Who knows? But that's what I'm going to go with. Villain 5 calls. He's playing 21-14. I have a red color on him. We've got definitely seems to be a better player. Down 54. It's orange, so it's somebody we have to be aware of. More of a tight, aggressive player. Tends to be c-bet honest, but yeah, tends to be c-bet honest. Gets better at the turn, and then probably by the time he gets to the river, he has a decent hand. Floats a bit on the flop, but not so much on the turn. So with this guy calling, we can look at his stats. His 3-bet stat here is 2% mid position. He plays about 19% in VPIP. We do have a call of about 11%. So I'm going to look at this and say could be his range. Pocket pairs, players like this tend to call with pocket pairs, tend to call with like suited connector hands. Tends to raise with your premium. I'm going to say he's going to raise queens plus ace king since he doesn't really have a large c-bet stat. Pretty low. Overall, it's 3%, 3.45. So we're going to go with that. Folds to me. And now we look at eights. And there's our range. So we're looking at the red and the gray. It's a 3-bet. The gray is the 3-bet or call. We definitely have a hand right at the bottom where we can call to go out of position. Versus 2 players, though, I think this is probably just a raise or fold. I didn't raise, I just called. And the reason I say raise or fold is, we've got 2 players. This could be a decent squeeze position. If they get suspicious and think that we are squeezing and they call, we still have eights. It's not the greatest, but we at least have a pocket pair. We don't rely on having to flop something. So if the board comes all low cards, hey, we're going to beat all of those unpaired cards that might be calling. So right here, I just kind of feel like I should be raising this against two opponents, and I'd raise it up to about 12. And if they both fold, they both fold. So big blind folds, and we take the flop. So I'm going to play this range here, since it is a call or 3-bet. But I think these are estimates against a single player. I think once we add that second player, then I think we need to start. I think this could have been a suitable squeeze. Flop comes down ace king 6 with 2 hearts. So had we 3-bet and we got called, we would be betting these. We'd bet this, and I'd probably expect to pick up this pot, against each opponent at least 50% of the time. I think, any of like the under pairs would fold. Suited connectors would likely fold unless they have the hearts. We're not folding out the ace-x hands. I don't think they have like suited ace-x's though. So, like the whole range of suited ace-x's. So there's not going to be a huge number of those. Kings might call once, but then, or they might fold because the ace is out there. Since I didn't bet, I think we're going to be checking here. 100% of our range. Villain 4 checks. He's the pre-flop raiser. So with Villain 4 checking, I'm going to say that kind of excludes a set, 2 pair, and top pair. I would imagine he would be betting that and then give him everything else. We're also going to X out the flush draw. I think most players would have bet the flush draw. So he checked. Villain 5 checked. Villain 5 also, I think, would be capable of betting here. His float 17%. Yeah, I think on a board like this, I think he's betting straight sets, 2-pair, top pair. I think these other hands he's checking. I'm going to X out those because I don't want them to pop up in the flush draws. I do think he's going to have our flush draws here, minus your top pair type hands. So I don't think he's going to have a flush draw. I think he does have a flush draw. He's got like gut shot and so forth. So, but I don't think a player like this probably raises them or bets them because he doesn't want to bet and then get 3-bet or get raised. I think that's just how he plays. So now we go to the turn, and the turn's queen. I mean, not that great. I think if I'm going to be making a play, it could be list spot where I make the play. Or, we're only in for 2.5 big blinds. If I make the play, I think I bet the straights. I think we balance it with our flush draws. I don't think we bet top pair. So I think 2-pair and set and straights is probably what we're going to be doing. Top pair, I think we're going to be just check calling with those. So we still have decent hand. I think probably the same thing with middle pair will be a check call. So I think that's going to be what I should be betting. Did I bet? Nope, I checked. So let's go ahead with this. X these out. Get the flush draw. I do have gut shot. I mean, that's for sure. Villain 4 checks again. I think once he checked, he's just kind of giving up. I think he would be betting the straights. The set's going to probably be maybe 50-50. Same thing with 2-pair. I mean, it's good, but he may be scared of that straight that's out there. But he still doesn't have top pair or anything. And then this villain checks behind too. So yeah, I think straight's betting. I think 2-pair's probably betting. We're looking at something like that. River's the ace. Here's the ace. If I'm hoping to win, I think I need to bet. Yeah, if I'm hoping to win, I think I need to bet. And the weak pair is going to constitute 71% of the range. I think we're betting these. Hold on, let's go here. I think I'm betting these 8s and 9s. Actually, let's change that. Maybe 8. Maybe just 8s. Maybe 8s and 9s. Would people think we have a hand? That's the other part of it. With how we played it, would we have allowed it to check? Yeah, I think ace could be in our range. And now we hit trips. I think a king could be in our range too. Any of those could get any of the underpairs to fold. Probably get a king to fold. Probably get the queen to fold. So yeah, betting with like an 8 or a 9 or a 10. Betting with those and then betting our 3 of a kinds. We're definitely unbalanced. This is definitely much more of a bluffing hand. So maybe we just pick 8s, the very bottom of our range. That's going to be our bluff. Or maybe we just say we have some showdown hand. We could beat some of the small pocket pairs and just bluff with nothing with 10-9. And at least the nice thing with 10-9 is that we have a blocker. We have a 9 or a 10 blocker. So I checked. I'm not going to fault myself for this. I probably have my entire range here still. Villain 4 checks, villain 5 checks. Villain 4 checks again. Definitely full house would be out there. We're looking at something like that for villain 1. Again, we're looking at middle pair, weak pair, nothing for villain 2. Let's see if we are right. So we've got king, queen, and 5s. Definitely we've got 5s for that villain. We put them on those pocket pair type hands. This other villain had king, queen off. We have it. I mean, we put it in there. That's 2 pair for him. I guess it gets countered as middle pair. But that's interesting that he didn't bet here. So we're going to add some notes here. Definitely wouldn't. We wouldn't have gotten that fold. Villain 5 probably would have folded. So we got RFI MP 2.5 big blinds with king clubs, queen spades, and then it's check, check, check on an ace of spades, king of hearts, six of hearts board, queen of clubs, ace of diamonds. No betting. Check, turn, 2p. A check, turn, 2p. Checked it with 2 pair. I would have assumed he would have been betting that had he connected. The check flop is understandable. Second pair, he's afraid of the ace. A lot of people will be playing an ace. But once he connected 2 pair, I assume he's going to bet to try to protect his hand. He did not. This player, we could take. I don't actually have pre-flop on him, so he call in and call 2.5 big blind in MP versus MP RFI with 5 hearts, 5 of clubs. Check, check, check. So ace of spades, king of hearts, 6 of hearts, queen of clubs, ace of diamonds. All right. Had I squeezed, it's possible he folds, and probably he folds. So yeah, I really do think versus 2 players, instead of just a call, our hand's probably better for a raise. So hopefully you enjoy this hand. If you do, look tomorrow for another.